Hey everyone, it's Ashley, and today I'm going to share with you a little bit about my planner and my planning style and how my planner is not quite a bullet journal. It's a journal and it's a planner, but it's not a bullet journal. It's one of the questions I get asked most frequently, especially when people see me pull out this big notebook. Also, when I describe to other people my planning process, I always get, oh, so it's like a bullet journal. And the short, simple answer is yes. It is kind of like a bullet journal, but it's also like a regular planner. So, for a couple years, I used the 18-month weekly planning notebook from Moleskine, and I really liked the way it was set up. It had all kinds of fun, useful things in the front, and then it had a monthly spread, which was a calendar page for the month, and then it had each weekly page from Monday through Sunday on the left-hand side. Here, let me show you. I should have grabbed my old planner out to show you exactly what I mean, but I don't know where any of them are. So, as you can see, like this is set up, it had a blank style page and Monday through Sunday on the left hand side, and on the right hand side was lined and ruled for note taking. And I love that, except for I found that one page was not enough. I always had cramped and scribbles and everything all over. And looking back, it was kind of hard to make sense of the mess sometimes, and I didn't always utilize it going back to read my notes. So, in this past January, I decided that I wanted to make my own journal. There wasn't anything quite on the market that fit everything that I needed. And I didn't, as much as I love bullet journaling, but bullet journaling is a little bit more than what I need. I like that you have the creativity and the space to do whatever works for you, but I don't necessarily have a life as a stay-at-home mom and a sometimes blogger and a sometimes YouTuber. I don't have the schedule or the need to plan out as intensely each one of my days. So having a weekly look at my life is pretty much all that I needed. So, and I really liked having the lined aspect of the notebook pages. So what I have here is a hardcover ruled notebook from the Classic Collection from Moleskine. This is the tag off the front of it. Like I said, it's lined, has about 240 pages, and that's what I'm using. It's hardcover. My husband just so happened to buy it for me for Christmas, and so I figured what better way to start than what I already have. And so far, it's working perfectly. It's what I needed and what I wanted. And so, it has the typical if lost, please return to page. I have an open page right here, which I think I might make an index, but I don't know. As you can see on the right hand side here, I do have monthly label tags. So when I leave have a list or a note, I usually know where it was and which month it was in, so I don't necessarily need an index. I also don't want to go through and number all the pages. So I don't know. I'm still going to leave it blank just in case I decide that that's what I want to do in the future. So the next page is kind of the future at a glance. It's all the months of the year laid out in the days. That way, because when I first set this up, I didn't know if I was going to like what I had, but I also wanted to be able to reference any date coming up in the future. So I quickly put it in. It's not perfect, and that's okay with me. I don't need to have it 100% perfect. Going on to the next page, it's January. Calendar month, just like your average calendar page. As you can see, I added in a couple important dates people's birthdays, holidays. I was traveling for a baby shower. I also put in our paydays on here. And then the very next page, this is just for January. This is the first month I did, and I did it all in pencil. I set it up just like I said, Monday through Sunday. Even though my calendar page is a Sunday through Saturday, I like having a full complete week with the complete weekend together on a page, because normally I plan my week with my weekend, and I like having it together. And so as you can see, I set up the week, and I added a whole both sides of the page for notes. When I was using the pencil, I noticed there was a little bit of ghosting, and I didn't know how I would like that, so I thought that I would just add this patterned paper to block it out, to kind of separate some of the ghosting and separate some of the weeks, and then it would be like a pocket on top. At the end of January, I decided I didn't like that. So by the time we get to February, I decided to change things up. So again, February, a calendar page, Sunday through Saturday with the month, with important days. I also left this bottom part blank, or any open space for that month from the previous month or the upcoming month's dates off of there, and I used the open space for upcoming events. And again, I put in any big appointments that I know are coming in advance, any dates that I know we're going to have, or any travel. And then I also put in, our paydays, which really helps. And then instead, you might have seen in January, I had this page, which was notes and miscellaneous stuff. And then I moved that miscellaneous stuff page to the front and labeled it monthly goals. I found having it up front really kept me on track when it came to getting those things done. For February and March and the rest of the book, I decided that I wanted to use number stickers and stamping instead of using handwritten days and days of the week. So I used these Heidi Swapp clear number date stickers, and then I used a Studio Calico One Little Bird stamp to label my weeks. And for February, I kind of played around with different color stamping and whether I wanted to have the name of the month on the top of each spread. But ultimately what I decided on was to use the sand color for my days of the week and to leave off my monthly like titles on the top that said February or March or whatever. February was kind of a mismatch of different ideas and kind of finding what worked best for me. Ultimately, I found kind of what worked towards the end of the month, and then I stuck with it through March. Right here, I'm just talking about how I have a pretty similar setup each and every week. Here's my March spread, and instead of putting my upcoming dates at the end of the month, I put them up at the top where there was open space. And then, just like I showed for my February spread, I put in, upcoming dates, upcoming travel, doctor's appointments, all that kind of stuff. And I went through and I migrated any tasks from February that I didn't finish into my monthly goals for March. Like I said, March is a lot more organized. We went on vacation. This spread that you're looking at right now is a Disneyland to-do list. It was all the attractions we wanted to get done while we were at Disneyland. And so I used that little masking tape flag to kind of denote that it was a page to go back to. And I'm going to end up putting one, this is like a gardening list. We were out of town, so I didn't do my standard planning for these weeks that I was on vacation, and so I had extra space to take notes. And what you're looking at is plans for our backyard garden. And then flipping to this page is where I started to get back into meal planning and groceries, but most days have a groceries on top. In the middle is my like weekly tasks that I want to get done, and then any kind of extra notes or task lists go the rest of the pages. And then of course I have this third page for anything really, but usually I use it for keeping notes when I'm in church on Sunday. I like having a space to jot down my notes or scriptures that I want to go back and look up. So it's great to have that. Here is my April calendar page. As you can see, again, Sunday to Monday on top, Sunday to Saturday on top. I like having the overview of the month in front of me to jot down all kinds of notes and dates. This is what a blank one looks like. I go 1/2 inch from either edge of the page, and then 1 line from the top, and then 2 lines from the bottom on the lined portion. And then I keep 2 lines for the day of the week headers, and then 25 lines for the actual calendar space, and that's 5 lines per week, if that makes sense. And then across, I think it's about 1.25 inches for each individual square for the date, but I don't do anything specific. And I'm going to fast forward really quick, and you can see here's my goals, and this is where I messed up. Normally I leave an extra page for notes, but I didn't. So I had originally when I put this tab on here, but I didn't check before I laid out my calendar. And so I'll probably just tape these 2 pages together or use that page for notes of some kind. But here you can see what a fresh, open, unscheduled week looks like for me. I do have a couple dates in here so far, but and if you follow Allie Edwards, you know, Week in the Life is coming up. And so I just have a couple things in there for now. But this is what it looks like clean. And I really like the contrast of the sand with the black pen that I normally use. That way there's some designation between the days of the week and what I want to get done those days of the week. One other question I've gotten when I've shown people this is how do I decide which week goes under which month? And for me, I look at what the majority of the days of the week are. So this week that we're in right now, the 27th through the 31st is going to take up the whole week, and then Saturday and Sunday is April 1 and April 2. So I left that in March, whereas I think at the beginning of the month, the 27th and the 28th were Monday and Tuesday, whereas the rest of the week was March as well. So that all went into the March little section of my book. And so, yeah, here I'll go ahead and do a couple of planning things. I don't think we have any travel planned, but I always come up and I look at what's coming up on my calendar. I am going to, so all of my stickers and whatnot should be, they are not in here. Okay. So I keep whatever plain sticker sheet I'm using, usually in the back, as well as my monthly tabs, which are Color Theory from Studio Calico as well. Normally I keep them in this pocket, but I think I pulled them out to show on camera. So here's my month, and so like I said, I know Week in the Life is going to start on the 17th, so I'm just going to put a star there and write in Week in the Life. And then I know I have a doctor's appointment coming up, or we collectively in our family have a couple doctor's appointments coming up this month. So I'm going to add those in. Right now I'm really feeling the greens. That might change, but the green I'm using is this Kaleidoscope ink. These are really old. They came from my mother-in-law's stash, but I'm using this green from the Autumn Leaves Kaleido color thing. It's a solid green. I really like it. And so, let's see. March, I jot it down. The 10th and the 25th, we have appointments coming up. So, doctor's appointment. And doctor's appointment. And then do we have coming up this one? Easter is the 16th, which I think I'm just gonna write in Easter. And then while I'm also prepping this, I do pull up our iCal. Me and my husband use a joint calendar through Apple. It just helps us keep everything in order. And I don't think we have anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the 10th, April 10th, 9, 10, and that appointment's already there. We're going to go ahead and go to the 25th, and that appointment's there already. And so everything's in. That's a pretty easy month. And so from here, what I do is I go ahead and flip back to my monthly goals. And I know I have a lot of stuff that I need to work on, like the rest of my Disneyland process videos, and getting some stuff up on my blog, which has been a trouble. So that is a quick look at how I put together my planner, and how my planner isn't quite a bullet journal, but not quite a traditional planner. I am shooting to upload an update video sometime around July or August, just to kind of show you my progress and how this planner is working for me. I hope that this was an inspiration to you if you're looking for another journaling slash planning method that isn't quite bullet journaling, but not quite as I don't want to say constrictive, but kind of constrictive as traditional planners. Please hit the thumbs up button below if you liked this video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. I hope to have, like I said, I hope to have more updates coming soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.